Hi quilting friends, I'm Edyta Sitar from Laundry Basket Quilts. Welcome to Quilting Window Live. It's Thursday and we're having a wonderful day at Laundry Basket Quilts. Why? Because I have a big announcement for you guys today. Yes, I'm gonna make you wait just tiny bit for it. You see all these beautiful scrappy quilts behind me and front of me. We're gonna have a packed show with scrappy quilts today. I am so excited. We have a gorgeous trunk show. In the bottom of my trunk show is something new and exciting that I have for you guys. Then we're gonna go over some fun scrappy patterns. Then we're gonna finish with Pamela Star. Yes, Pamela, you asked me last week, what can you do with those tiny leftovers that you're cutting off from your beautiful tree? Remember last week we talked about this tree right here and we were trimming little pieces with our beautiful Alaska ruler. Guess what? You ask me and I bring it right into you. How do you make beautiful little star with those tiny little leftovers? We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna show you how to cut with Alaska ruler, how to figure out some measurements. I just made the star. You can be building on it, learning more, making different sizes, because when you have an Alaska ruler, you can make all different sizes of those points. So super excited to share what I found out about Pamela Star this week as I was playing around. And then we're gonna finish the show with you asking me question and me asking you questions. So you better pay attention during the show because we have some fun door prizes today and I cannot wait to share all these fun goodies with you. So, big announcement. Guess what? We just launched our next 2 virtual classes. And the first class that I wanted to share with you calls Confidence. The quilt that it's hanging behind Erin. So many of you love this quilt and you wanted to learn how to make this quilt. And guess what? Now you get a chance to learn how to make this quilt with me during our virtual class. That class will be on July 19, on Saturday, July 19, for 4 hours. We're gonna get together. I'm gonna show you everything possibly I know about scrappy quilts and making this beautiful confidence block and build this gorgeous quilt. If you would like to, we have kits, we have regular kits. Look at the colors I picked for you guys for this stunning project, okay? All of those beautiful scraps, 38 beautiful fabrics. Then you can have all your lights, 38 lights. We're gonna be posting a blog with all the fabric informations because as usual, you can get a kit, you can go ahead into your scraps, get any fabrics you have in your scrap stash and then still join the class. You do not have to buy the kit to be able to join the class, but if you buy the class for $24.95, you get the pattern with it. You get 4 hours non-stop of directions showing me showing you how to make this beautiful project. And I want to build your confidence. I want to build your confidence in cutting, piecing, choosing fabric, and be the best scrappy quilter you ever can be. So I hope you join me for Scrappy Quilts. Why did I choose the theme of Scrappy Quilts for today's shows? Because I'm also packing to go to Tennessee next week. I'm gonna leave on Sunday and I'm gonna be in Tennessee for 4 days. I have 4 classes that I'm gonna be teaching, as well as I'm gonna be doing show and tell, and doing a big presentation, and the presentation's topic is scrappy quilts. So as I'm packing my suitcases, I was like, this is perfect timing to share just a little tiny taste of scrappy quilts with you guys and announce our next virtual class. But did you notice I said we have 2 virtual classes coming up? Because we have one coming up in September. And this class was one of the most requested classes. Everyone wants to know how I made those cute jackets. This one is a little one, but this is based on a sweatshirt. And in our virtual class in September, we're gonna be making a jackets. You can make one for yourself. You can make one for somebody low in your life. Does not matter. We have kits for the big jackets, for regular size jacket, and I'm gonna show you that size right now. And this one I made it for myself. In our kit, we included enough fabric that you can make an extra large jacket, really, really nice. The only thing you needed is a sweatshirt, and you can buy a brand new sweatshirt. And just remember, always get the sweatshirt at least one size bigger. I like to do 1 to 2 sizes bigger because I like my jackets a little bit bigger, and I'm making one in blue and white fabrics for me. We do have the Scrappy one, and on our website in the blog, I'm gonna recommend Fat 8 bundles if you want a different color. So for blue and white, I'm using a beach house bundle, and I'm gonna be doing just Fat 8 bundle and then a set of lights to add it to it. So you can go ahead with Fat 8 bundle, you can get a kit, do not worry about it. Visit our blog, see what is coming up. The blog's going to be posted next week, so give us the weekend to finish things up, but I could not help myself, especially that I'm going away for next week and I'm not gonna get to see you on Thursday. I wanted to make sure that you have everything possible to know about our upcoming classes if you wanna secure your spot in a class. So anybody that wanna join us, both classes are $24.95. First class is July 19. Second class for the jacket is going to be September 6th. So you can choose either class, or maybe you choose both and spend a weekend with me. Saturday song with me, one in July, one in September. I tell you what, you can't go wrong to make a beautiful brand new jacket for yourself or somebody you love. Look at this one. I'm pretty sure your grandkids would go wild over those. I have a little girl in my life right now, little Violet, that I'm gonna make her jacket for the summer. She's a little bit bigger than this one, so I can't give her this one. I have to make hers. So what I did is I actually asked her mom for old sweatshirt from Violet, just so I see the size, the measurements, and then I can build on it. But more about it in a class. If you wanna do it with me, come on up. September 6th, July 19, is the confidence quilt, and September 6th is our jacket. Are you in? I hope so. I hope you are excited about it. I am so excited about this one. I love scrappy quilts and I love making jackets, and I know you like it too. And building confidence is so important as a quilter, as a woman, as a human being, to be confident. And I think with time and years, sometimes we lose a little bit of our confidence, and we I wish I was as strong as I was when I was younger. Guess what? With our class, we're gonna talk about different ways how to rebuild your confidence and make a beautiful project. So I'm super excited for you guys. And like I said, pattern is already available on our website. You can just buy the pattern if you want it for that quilt, but will be available with your purchase of your class. So pattern individually this is the pattern. The pattern is $12. If you buy it with a class, it's $24.95. You're getting the class plus the pattern, and then 4 hours with me. You cannot go wrong. So I hope you guys join us and have some fun with me. Now, don't forget, we have blocks of the month happening right now. Don't forget, we have Carol happening right now in our studio every Tuesday. Brand new videos, beautiful blogs that teach you how to make that quilt. We're on our second week. We're building the blocks to make this gorgeous quilt. Now, we also have our fabric contest from Dahlia that it's gonna be finishing in September. We're still waiting for the next shipment of the fabric to get it to you. Please be patient. I'm gonna be on the phone this afternoon with Andover to make sure those fabrics are coming really quickly, because I know so many of you wanted to join us and do that contest. And then, so blocks of the month, quilt along, fabric contest, and don't forget our subscriptions, Little Quilts Club. And speaking of Little Quilts Club, those quilts are so much fun and so scrappy. I absolutely love it. I think it's such a fun to open a little kit and start making one beautiful block. If it's a little star, or if it's a little 9 pouch, or maybe a pineapple. I have entertained you now for over a year with little quilts. And guess what? We're not done yet. There's so many beautiful ones that are coming out. If you have not joined us yet, you need to. If you wanted to make those, invite your friend. It's so easy. You get a package, applique is pre-cut, fabric selected, pattern is included in the subscription, and you can go ahead and make the quilt. In case you're a little bit hesitant and you just want to try it, I want to point it to you that we have just few. We don't have all our Low Quilts Club. What we have just few that we put it on our website. We have the low star, we have a low square in a square, and we have a patchwork basket. Those are just some of them. On this side, I have a few more. This one is the low the Pamela Star, completely pre-cut. Sometimes when you get the Low Quilts Club, you get the kit completely pre-cut. Sometimes you maybe just have the strips pre-cut, like Andrew, we just pre-cut the strips for you. Or maybe you do a pineapple one, like this one, where again your strips are pre-cut, you piecing and you trimming them as you go. So depends on a month. I know that the next one is a regular kit, and then the following 3 are all pre-cut to make your life nice and easy. But I know sometimes you like to have a regular kit because you get extra fabric and you can change a little bit the design if you wanted to. So don't forget, we have a Low Quilts Club. The patterns are so cute. If you have your own scraps, we do have some of the patterns that we already used it in our Low Quilts Club for sale. So if you want it, you can go ahead and get some of those. But the kits, look at like this kit. This was a regular kit, and it has a bonus pre-cut kit called Carol. Oh, I know, my dear Carol. It's just unbelievable that it's almost a year that mom is gone. So that's for Low Quilts Club. I hope you join us in. And with Low Quilts Club, you get into just simple scraps. Just a little bit scrappy, little fun, excited about it to start up a bigger project. And speaking of a bigger project, we have a quilt called Stars Upon Stars, and I brought this one again because this is a block of the month that it's coming out, and because I'm working on all the fabrics right now, it's on my table, and I tell you what, this is going to be epic because I will custom choose every single block, every single detail, every single piece, and there are so many beautiful pieces and fabric in this block of the month. I'm super excited for you guys. I'm excited to make this quilt again with you, and I hope you do it too. What is going to be special about the block of the month version, you will be able to choose. You can do Y seams, or you can do a half square triangle and no Y seams at all in the assembly of this 8-point stars. The quilt hangs right next to me, but I'm looking forward to some new fabric, new colors, and you know, it's such a wonderful next year, 10 years with Endover. I cannot believe it. So right through this year and next year, I'm pulling all my best fabric I ever designed for Endover, and I'm gonna be putting it to this beautiful, beautiful quilt. So Stars Upon Stars, it is one of the next blocks of the month that we have, and I think it's one of my best scrappy quilts. And I say that this is my best, this is my best, this is my best. I have so many scrappy quilts and I love them. Every single one has something special for me. This one is another fun pattern, and we have it on our website too. So, but the one behind me, I know you guys are excited about it. Before I get to it, it calls Flower Garden. I want to show you a book that we have on our website, and this book calls Patches of Scraps. It's an older book that we have that Martingale published for me, and as I was browsing lately through that book, I was blown away how many beautiful antique quilts we have in the front. Most of the quilts are mine. There are only few that are belong to a friend of mine, and I wanted to open it. It's one of them is this one, and it belongs to Susan. And my thoughts are with Susan today. She's a dear, dear friend, and she has been so supportive. She used to own Prairie Stitches in Oswego, Illinois with Kim, and the two girls, Susan and Kim, did such a good job in that area providing their customers with the most beautiful, beautiful inspirations for quilting. Oh, I love this quilt. I own this one. This is a beauty. I have to bring it to show you guys. This is another one of Susan's quilts with the 4 patches. It's so charming. And this one was hers as well. So many beautiful antique quilts. And then you move on. Oh, this one, I have it. I'm going to one day show you all these quilts from this book. But then you go, look at this picture. Isn't it beautiful? So as I was browsing through it, I was like, wow, so many wonderful quilts. I wanted to make another one and another one. Do you get that way? Do you have like a favorite Scrappy quilt? And every time you see it, you wanted to take your stash apart, cut it all into pieces, and start making that project? Actually, I'm going to give this book as one of our door prizes. There's so many inspirations, 17 beautiful quilts in this one to choose as your patterns. The quilts, the antique quilts, don't have patterns. They're just little like a inspiration for you for color, to get you excited about quilting. And then you open the pages in the back, and in the back you have all of the patterns. So you have 17 patterns right here to play with your scraps. I think that's super exciting. Now, the flower garden is an awesome Scrappy quilt, and this one is made with hexagons. And I have showed you this quilt before. What is fun about this quilt, I added applique around the center, and I did a little broderie applique. We have so many beautiful fabrics that I designed for Andover that are perfect candidates for broderie applique, because it has beautiful florals, easy to cut it out. You know, one of the live shows, I'm gonna show you how I do broderie applique. Is a deal? Yes? Would you like to learn that? I think it would be fun. Today we're doing the star, but next time we're doing this. Another first fun Scrappy quilt is Heart's Content. And I think you're gonna open your heart and fall in love with every piece of fabric you have. But if you do not have enough, we do have a beautiful Heart's Content kit. This kit is loaded with beautiful scraps in dark and beautiful scraps in lights for the backgrounds of your of your hearts. It is a wonderful kit. Now, Bon Voyage is a journey of another fun Scrappy quilt. I use a lot of fabrics in this one from my collection called Super Bloom. It is beautiful center star, has a scraps in triangles, scraps in squares, finished with a beautiful floral border. This quilt is 88 inches by 88. It's gorgeous for a bed, and I chose that one for today because a lot of Scrappy quilts in the past were medallion quilts, and I love that look. When you can see whoever was making the quilt maker is building up on around and around the quilt and enjoying it. And did you guys see the Netflix show, The Quilter? Everybody is buzzing about it, and last night I got a chance to watch the show, and it was so incredible. It reminds me so much of every quilter because we're just loving cutting, choosing, piecing. If something isn't right, taking it apart, making it perfect. There's all these different personalities. I think it's a fun show to watch, and I highly recommend. Virginia Star Jelly Roll. It's another fun pattern. Virginia Star is one of our most popular patterns right now, and I think because we have it in so many different color options. And this one is a jelly roll option because it has the 2.5-inch strips already pre-cut for you from Jelly Rolls, and you can build it this gorgeous quilt. Now, if you want to do a Scrappy, you can do it too. Just remember, shade from dark to light. It gives a nice movement to that star. we're gonna have Virginia Star as one of our blocks of the month later on in a year. It's not on a website yet, but just to give you a heads up, you're gonna want to get that one because it's gonna be beautiful. We're doing it in our fabric called Quilt Essentials, and it's gonna be done in 2 different color options. You can have the blue, yummy blues, or the beautiful, beautiful purples and really warm reds. I think it's gonna be amazing for you guys, but that's later on in a year. Now, I already put the kits away, but once again, I want to bring to your attention that when we do a fabric club, many times we do 2 kits. If we do not have 2 kits, like a little bonus kit, we always think of making sure we put a little notions for you. It depends on the kit and it depends on the design, you know, Evelyn itself to have a little bit extra to it. But I love surprise you with a little bonus here or there. And this month bonus, I'm not supposed to tell you. It's a surprise. When you open your package, there will be something super fun and special for you guys. I know I don't want you to use it often, but sometimes when you need it, you maybe would like to have one nice and handy. This is a little pineapple pattern that went with the little quilts club. Love this one. And this one also reminds me, we have a block of the month that it's a pineapple and it's also pre-cut. You want to do, if you ever want to do a pineapple quilt, that's the best way to do it. Do it with us because for 9 months, we send you a package with everything in it. You make one block, you set it to the side, you wait for your next one. And the colors for the block of the month we chose from our Dahlia collection with the gorgeous teal blues down to the dark blues, finishing with black and a gorgeous accent of gold. Stunning quilt. I cannot wait to get my hands on that kit.
And
Now,
just so you know, I checked this morning, we only have a handful of spots left in that block of the month.
oh, thank you
Yeah.
for telling me, Erin. And I have to make sure I get one of those kits
It
too.
will do.
So please remind me after the show because
Yes.
it's a beautiful kit. And I find myself sometimes I just have enough time to sew. I don't have enough time to open the fabric, press, do this. So those pre-cut kits and the blocks of the month are just really convenient. So that's I highly recommend. Now, and also guys, can I ask you a favor? Please, when you're watching our show, can you share our show with others? Because maybe you have a friend that needs to get a little something every month. Maybe she is not doing quilting, but would like to get back to it. Blocks of the month are a great way to do it. So please share our show with your friends, with others. We very much appreciate. Gives us thumbs up and make sure you repost our post on Instagram. We so much appreciate, and I cannot thank you enough for all the lovely comments from last Friday when I did a little music mixing there for you guys with Jelly Rolls and Half Yard Cats. You know what I'm talking about, and if you don't, go to Instagram and watch. Now, I did the Illuminate quilt with my linen texture fabric, but I love the Scrappy quilt. So we did a kit with just all laundry basket scraps favorites, and you have your linen texture background, another background that it's printed this time. I want a nice glow to the center of the stars, and then a beautiful scraps. For any Scrappy quilter, this one is a beauty. So you're welcome to go to our website and get this kit. But I have to tell you, I talked about making this quilt and I put it on a back burner, but now my friend Debbie just finished hers and I am a little jealous, okay? And I don't like that feeling. I'm usually not. Or maybe it's not a feeling of jealousy, it's feeling of I want to do it now even more. Debbie just finished her friendship quilt and it is gorgeous. And she made it from our pre-cut kit. This is partially pre-cut because you need just the strips. So you have all the strips, you put dark, light, sew it together, then cut to section to create the beautiful design. And I'm gonna share with you again today the antique one. We do have those on our website. This one called Friendship. And if you wanted to, go ahead and enjoy. I know for a fact I already have mine in my bag because I want to make this one. It's just beautiful. Pamela Star, I showed it to you. I do not want to forget, Erin has something special for you guys today.
Yes, I do. And if you are loving all of those scrappy quilts that Edyta has shown us today, this week I had put on sale some of those adorable Super Stash bundles. So I will drop the link in the chat, and you guys can go to our flash sale section, see what the deal of the week is. These Super Stash bundles are incredible. And Shannon, who's down in our fabric department, she folds these, puts these together for you guys. It's all like leftover cuts that we have, and they are beautiful. I'm always
stunning,
and no one is alike, so they're all different. So you'll see some pictures on the website, a lot of different color variations. And I will say my favorite is the Super Stash Blushing. And don't forget, so there's 12 fat quarter cuts in these. So you can go pick some different colors of those. They're great for any scrappy project. And also, I couldn't help myself. I did put jelly rolls on sale. So we have some of my favorite select jelly rolls are on sale. Not everything, but there are quite a few on there. So I would go check it out. It's so nice
because now you can grab 2 jelly rolls and make a beautiful Virginia star if you would like to. Why did I say 2? Because you're gonna need enough of the strips. Go to our website, look at the pattern. It tells you exactly. If you want the colors to match, you're gonna need more than that, or you're gonna be piecing some of the jelly roll strips. So go visit our website for that pattern, and we have other patterns that are free patterns for jelly rolls, and we started a section on our website that we're going to be putting a lot of patterns for fat quarters. That's our most requested, fat quarters. And we have a fabric club. With our fabric club, we have made some designs that uses 12 fat quarters. And just be patient. Our website is almost completely done. We're tuning in, and it's working so nice. And we're creating those areas on our website that you can just go into it and find anything you like. So for example, we are building up a nice area for patterns that use fat quarter bundles, and 12 is my magic number. You can always get 2 bundles, 12 in lights, 12 in darks, and put it into one quilt. And we have one pattern that does that. So really fun. On my table from this gorgeous little rolls, I picked 8. I just went random and picked them. So just to show you, look at the lavender one, how sweet it is. This one has a little bit of oranges and a little bit of purples in it, and a beautiful touch of black. Then we have some lights. Some of the rolls vary to each other. So if you wanted 2 purples, just make sure you list this for us. And we usually, when somebody ordered 2, we usually make sure we pick 2 that are different, so you then get a nice variety. Look at this yummy orange, I'm drooling, and just beautiful sunflower yellow. The teals are so gorgeous, perfect for skies, and the blue is just beautiful. So many lovely one. This one is the green one. I really like that one. We have 8 of them just waiting for you guys. I'm gonna put them to the side. You know what? I'm gonna pick 2 of my favorite for door prizes. The light one is always my favorite that I get because you can never have enough lights. Lights are so desired, and when we list our projects for our next 2 classes, the one light bundle, I wanted for you guys to use it with your jacket because you're gonna need a little bit more light. So if you wanna, with your jacket, you can make a Christmas jacket with our Joy collection, add a little light to it. You can go ahead for 4th of July jacket. You can add this one to it. Oh, you maybe want a rainbow jacket, again, add a light to it. So jacket's gonna be based on fat 8 bundles, but I wanted to tell you about our confidence class. If you would like to, because you need 38 dark squares for that quilt, you can tap into some of your beautiful layer cakes. And if you don't have beautiful layer cakes, we have it. They're on our website. We don't have a lot, but I thought I pointed to you. We have the Joy one. We have a beautiful Dahlia layer cake. And then we have a gorgeous one in the beach house collection. So if you're doing layer cakes, if you see there are some lights, you need 2 layer cakes for the quilt, because total you need 38 dark. In a layer cake you have 40 pieces. Yep, 42 pieces. And then you're gonna need more lights. You really need a good light for the background, for the quilt confidence. That's the one that Erin has it behind her, and we have the pattern right here. But if you wanna, you could do a beautiful, beautiful scrappy one. I'm going to show you multicolor option, from green and red option for the quilt to Halloween option, all different blue and white option. I'm gonna show you, as usual, many variation. We're gonna have one kit, and then if you want to change the colors, we recommend, I'm gonna be coloring with different collections, so that way it's easy for you to recognize the fabric and get a layer cake and work from then. Very simple recipes for cutting, and we will have a pre-cut kit as well. So if you would like to, you can pre-order that one from us. So that is confidence. Now, I kept on my table few notions today, and today's notion, it's favorite things that I love to use and favorite things for scrappy quilts. And one of my favorite things that I need when I work with scrappy quilts is good lighting, because if you don't have a good light, you cannot choose fun color combination and make fun choices. But also scrappy quilts, and also when you're piecing, you want to have a nice lighting. So sometimes I use this clip light. Those are just like a really simple clip lights, especially when I'm browsing at night through my magazines or books, or I want to do low drafting. I would have used one of those, just really nice close to me. Now if I need an extra lighting for my sewing machine, those are wonderful. They have a little stickers on, you peel it, you stick it, and you can add a extra lighting in that spot where you like to match 2 pieces together. If I'm piecing something and I'm hand stitching, because I'm making a scrappy quilt with hand piecing or English paper piecing, I need more lighting, and that's the light that hangs right on your neck. Michael laughs at me every time I wear it. I don't care. I'm gonna laugh all the way to the end of my stitches when I can see it and my stitches are nice and straight. So that's the few lights that I thought I pointed to you today that we have on our website, that you can go ahead and get it. And if you like nice little things and have them handy as you're working on scrappy quilts, perfect sewing caddy. This is so much fun. It's Karen K. Buckley. She does a lot of hand appliquing, and this little caddy is so cute. We have them on our website. We only have few, and for scrappy quilts, you cannot go wrong if you're using half square triangle, and this is one of our most popular half square triangle. This is the 1.5 inch finish, and I chose that because I have one of the quilts is a half square triangle quilt, so maybe you would like to have that one. Now I'm gonna put that roll back on this side so I don't lose it, and I'm going to show you a little step by step for that lovely star. Are you ready for it? I hope so. I hope so. So this Pamela Star, and we named it Pamela because one of our girls last week, Pamela, she pointed to it. So now you got a star, girl. Okay.
And she just wrote in and said, thank you for
Yes.
naming a star with my name on it.
You got it. And then maybe a Pamela quilt coming up, because once I made one, it is like cookies. You can't stop it. You just keep potato chips. You keep taking, you keep going, you keep having it. Yeah, I do it with cookie too. Don't open a box in front of me, okay? You have to give me one because otherwise they're all gone. But how do I make that little star? So when we cut our quilt, this one, we had leftovers from a left and a right, okay? So those were the little leftovers. And all that I did is I came up with, I looked at my ruler right here, and I thought, oh, let me see what can fit on that ruler. I knew it that I'm going to need the measurements all the way to this dotted line right here. So this is the middle of your Alaska ruler, and this is the 1/4 inch seam allowance. Do you see how fun this is? So all that I did is I placed, because remember our other cut, now, just so you don't get confused, when we were doing our cut for the tree, we were going all the way here and we were trimming to this one. But now, because we were trimming and we want to leave the 1/4 inch seam allowance onto this piece, so we had our 1/4 inch seam allowance on this, okay? So we're trimming it away. Now we're cutting piece that we need the 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I place my ruler just like this. I pushed it down to see what measurements can I get with this 1/4 inch seam allowance, and coincident it came up to be 3.5 inches. So all that I needed to do is just trim it and I was done. Okay, this was my point, but this is just the point for this beautiful unit that we need to make to be able to make a star. Okay, this one is smaller, this one is bigger. This shows you, and I'm gonna show you both, don't worry. So how do I cut something like this? A, you can reuse your leftovers, or you can come up with a size. So I chose 3.5 simply because I had some leftovers. But then if it's not enough, I went and got a piece of fabric, a strip that is 3.5 inches tall. All right, and look at this. I went, placed my ruler, I match my ruler. Now this time, because I'm cutting on this side, I place it to, this is the middle of the ruler. I need a 1/4 inch, and I'm gonna cut this piece. Now as soon as I cut it, I'm gonna just want to show you, I have this strip folded in half, wrong sides together. So as soon as I cut it, guess what? I have a left and a right. I have my 2 points. Now I wanted to cut this piece right here, or right here. Now there is no way that I can place this ruler. I need a straight line to match this. So all that I did is I place my ruler this way. This is the 1/4, and I was nice and generous to make sure that I have room here, because I know I need a little bit of a top, and I didn't mind trimming a little bit. All that I did is I placed it, made a little room, okay? If you're measuring, I would go for 5/8, 1/2 inch, minimum 1/2 inch. I went for 5/8 because I'm picky. I like to trim. And then I turn this again and trim it exactly to what I need. So right there, trim it 1/2 inch. I would have not have to trim this much, but because I want to make sure that everything lines it up, I went ahead and did this. So I have 2 more points. So I would keep going this way. My first piece, super easy. I'm gonna do 1 or 2 more in front of you. And guess what? This is something I'm learning too. I don't know things. This is new to me, but guess what? It worked wonderful. So we're learning together. I'm gonna take my ruler right there. Remember, we talked about 1/2 inch right here. I can see, oh, perfect, nicely lined up. Let's see. And I'm paying attention that this is beautiful 90 degrees right here, that I have at least 1/2 inch here. And now I'm gonna trim it. Let's check how much you have to trim it off. If you only left, oh, it's almost exact, tiny bit of trimming Look at this. Isn't that great? So another piece, and I keep going this way and cut my pieces. Now we need a light, okay? For my light, I knew I again needed 3.5. So whatever points you decide, if you decide you're cutting from jelly roll and you needed 2.5-inch points, then you go ahead and do a 2.5-inch strips and match it up. You always have to have this 1/4-inch seam allowance here. Now, for the light, if I did 2.5, I needed 2.5. We're doing 3.5. I'm gonna do 3.5. Okay, so tell me what number, if I decide that my point's gonna be cut at 5 inches, 5.5. Let's do 5.5, a very difficult number. So what do you guys think? If I do 5.5, what background size I needed? Okay, you tell me. So for this one, 3.5, 3.5. Here, look at this. I'm placing my ruler, measure exactly 3.5, center it up, and cut it. All right, and you can either flip the ruler this way and keep cutting, and you get, I have the pieces folded, you get 2 cuts at once. I need 4 for 1 star. So right there, right away, lay my pieces right side up, ready for my next step, what it's gonna be sewing. Did we get an answer?
Yes, everyone is saying that you will need 5.5 for your background.
Do you see the relation? So whatever points you decide, that's what you're going to need for the for your background. Now, once you cut it, and we're gonna just start right here, and I want you to start right there. All that you're going to do is take your pieces, place them right sides together, and you're gonna go ahead. You can either mark it with your ruler, and right there you have that sewing point that you could have marked right on it, okay? Or you just go ahead and look at it, that right here, this distance right there, it's a 1/4 inch. You can measure that, and you're gonna have the light sticking a little bit, and you're gonna stitch right down. Your blue is gonna go further off, overlap, 1/4 inch right here, and you're gonna stitch. As soon as you finish stitching, you're gonna open this seam, and then you're gonna go ahead and place this side right over. And again, what are you going to match? Right there, you're gonna overlap. You're gonna have a light sticking up a little further, overlap, stitch. And as soon as you finish, you're having beautiful unit like this. And what I like to do is I place my unit down, I take my beautiful ruler, and I'm gonna trim. And look at this, my piece, what was the measurements? 3.5 this way, so I know it's 3.5 this way, and this way it looks like it's beautiful 3 inches. So I'm going to trim all the bunny ears right there, lay my ruler, the back of the ruler, that's the back part, or you can get another ruler, maybe you have a 6.5 by 6.5, and I'm gonna just trim it because I like everything nice and clean and check. And also, once you have this unit done, this unit would determine your finishing other 2 pieces, your background square and your center square. And look, I trim it down. I'm paying attention that I have a 1/4 inch here because I don't want to lose my pretty points, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead now. I know this is 3.5, so I'm gonna need squares for my corners that are 3.5. The center square is smaller. It is going to be only 3 inches, and I'm gonna lay my pieces, and I'm gonna start getting ready, that I'm gonna have fun sewing them. So look at, it's gonna be 3 rows. I was so excited. I got it ready for you guys. All that I did is I took this, sew to this, sew this to this. I push my seam allowance towards the center. Then I'm gonna go ahead, place those right sides together, pin in the middle, start stitching from the top. As you start stitching, you're gonna end up having this point a little bit below what it's wonderful. It may be vary a little bit, but that's okay. Do not get stressed. I'm gonna show you two different stars, okay? Because it's, if you lose a point, if you're still sitting there, it's okay. We did that with this quilt where the points were not sharp, that were a little bit lower down. There is an antique quilt in the Grand Rapids Public Museum, as well as the picture is published in one of my books called Handful of Scraps. You can see the points are lower down, so we lost the points, but that's normal. That is something that was done with the design. In this case, when you sew it, you should have your points wonderfully there, okay? And then sew this to this, this to this, this to this, this to this, and you have a beautiful star. This star would be 11 inches by 11 inches. Now I made a second sample, and these points are cut from a 2.5 inch strip. So if you have a jelly roll, oh my gosh, you're gonna have so much fun with it. And this block came out to be 6 inches by 6 inches. Once you sew it, you push your seam allowance remaining towards the center here, and you have a lovely little star. I hope this helps. I'm gonna post a little video on our Instagram as well, but I think you would enjoy it. And now, guess what? We don't only make Alaska blocks, we can make Pamela blocks, and I am so excited because I think I'm gonna make a whole quilt. How big star you can make? You can go as tiny as a little 1 inch miniature, okay? Look at how tiny you would have the points, and you can go as big as 8 inches right here. You have a 1/4 inch here, but look at, you can go as big as 8 inches. I will tell you, hold on, approximately 1, 2, 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 8 is 14 plus another 8, 22 inches size block. Can you imagine? So nice for a pillow, nice for all different things. I think you would enjoy it. I can't wait to see how many stars you made. And now with Alaska ruler, you have flexibility. You can cut and do anything. And can you imagine, get a roll like this with lights, get a roll like this with your dark, start cutting your points, leftover for the centers. You have plenty of fabric to enjoy yourself, and you can make a beautiful, beautiful project. So maybe a little table runner with a dark and a light. Those gonna go for my winners today, because I'm gonna now ask you guys some questions, because I know you are excited about winning things. And want to show you this block before I forget. I just remember. Wait. So in this case, when we finish, I have plenty of room for my 1/4 inch seam allowance, and I'm not gonna lose any points. They're going to be nice and sharp. But it is okay if you wanted to trim it down, and then when you stitch, you don't have points. That you're gonna go a little bit further into the block, okay? A little bit further into the block, and that's what I did with those points right here. You don't have them. They're a little bit straight up here. Pluses. When it's very pointy and you come 2 blocks together, it could be a little bit bulky, but remember, when I did this pressing, I pressed it towards outside. When I did this pressing, I pressed it towards the inside. So when I would put blocks together, I would rotate and make sure that this matches this, so that way they're in opposite direction and they're locking right here. So you would just rotate the blocks and they will lock between each other and would be nice. But if you don't want it, you can trim it down and get rid of the points completely and have some fun that way. So you can do that. It's your quilt journey. I want you to have the confidence to do whatever you would like to, because it is your quilt. Now, Scrappy quilts and questions for you guys. Are you excited? I hope you got your half-yard bundle for Mystery Quilt. If you like these cute little lessons, just wait what I have prepared for you for the Mystery Quilt. It is epic. We're gonna have so much fun, and you're gonna end up with one of the most beautiful quilts, but you're also going to learn through every single step in that journey about something that you can do to your quilts to make them more beautiful, bigger, better, incredible. So sign up for our mystery, save all the patterns. I'm gonna release them for free on our blog, but then once the mystery is done, we take the patterns down and then they're gonna be published as a pattern. Now, Scrappy Quilts presentation always start with one of the most popular pieces in quilting, what it's tiny little squares. And this by far one of my favorite antique quilts, quilt tops, that all the scraps are shading down in a beautiful, beautiful colors. And as I'm showing you the quilts, I'm gonna be asking you guys question. My first question, does anybody remember what dates we have our new virtual classes? The next piece in quilting that make wonderful scrappy quilts is rectangles. Look at this. I have to open the whole quilt. This is just done with rectangles, and this is a free pattern on our website, so you can go ahead and enjoy it, use up all your scraps. And I told you that story when I was making my quilt. I was so excited. I started in the center, went with my greens, put my yellow and golds, finished with some light accent with red, went to brown, and then went with a beautiful blue, and then something happened and it went all the way scrappy. I think I had a nice glass of wine and enjoy myself late to the evening, or maybe I didn't have enough lights and went more scrappy. But that's fun with scrappy quilts. You can take areas and you can have them very organized, or you can take areas and make it more scrappy and fun, or you can accent your colors with a light, and that way you have your striking design that it's so beautiful. And the friendship quilt by far is so charming with that zigzag design and all the darks and lights. And because some of the darks are matching, you have the letter L through your quilt here or there. So super, super fun. Do we have an answer?
We do have an answer, and somebody did just mention the friendship a little bit ago, and yes, we do have a pre-cut kit for that one that Edyta just showed. So our question, what that Edyta did just ask was, what are the dates for the 2 new virtual classes that we announced today? And just a reminder, it's the confidence class, and then it'll also be our jacket virtual class. And our correct answer comes from Andrea Dahlberg, and the answer was July 19th and September 6th. So Andrea,
congratulations. You're gonna get the cutest bundle of lights. It's so sweet, and I tell you what, lights are so special through the quilts because they allow the other colors to really sparkle and come up to the top. And in this quilt you have combinations of squares and strips and some of the scrappy panel. I love to sew strips together, cut a design out and put into the quilt. One of my favorite things to do in quilting. And this year we have few things that I have on my plate, but this year is gonna be a big year for me for making some scrappy quilts, and I'm so looking forward to our mystery quilt to do that. This pattern calls Candy Necklace, and it's available in one of our books if you would like that one. Now another wonderful shape is when you take a square, you can cut it once diagonally and get half square triangle, or twice diagonally for quarter square triangle. I chose the half square triangles for you today because I thought this would be so much fun to see it. Such a great combination.
Wow.
And you can exchange your triangles with your friends for even more variety and see what they have in their stash. When you're creating quilts like this, you want some little fun area where you match the colors, and that way your eye can rest for a little bit as you swim through all those beautiful half square triangles of scraps. This one is so lovely. I love the inner border and outer border, and then the cross stitch border is so soothing and doesn't take away from the scrappiness of those half square triangles.
And also, we did have somebody just ask which book that was in, the candy necklace right before, and it was the Scrappy Fireworks, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
That book called Scrappy Fireworks, and in that book you have incredible selection of fun scrappy quilts, so highly recommend. Now, second question for you guys. Somebody else is gonna win another cute little bundle, and I chose that one. I love the gold, the purple, and the black accent from our Dahlia collection. Look how sweet it looks next to the half yard bundle. And our second question is, it has to do with those scrappy bundles. And for everybody that did not win, we have them on special. Scrappy bundles and our jelly rolls, and there was
those rolls.
and those rolls, yeah.
The Scrappy
So-
rolls, Scrappy bundles, and jelly rolls.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, Erin. You're so generous to us today. And Erin has incredible specials for you for next 3 weeks. We have some fun stuff already prepared. I was at a little meeting with her this morning, and I was like, I need to get those before they fly out the window. They're
Yes.
so nice. So
Yes.
we have some fun things. So remember, I showed you the rolls. How many rolls did I show you in this video? Do you remember how many I have it on a table? We have many of them on our website.
Yes.
But there was some that I showed you today. Walk through them. So how many rolls did I have on a table?
Yes, they are.
Oh, really?
Yes. I was like, man, they must, I swear, they must write down every little thing
They're
you
my
say.
girls.
They
They're
are.
paying attention.
They are. They're like, I know
Love
she's going to
you
ask
guys.
questions. I'm going to write down everything. So
Yes.
kudos to everybody
You-
watching.
I like the fact that the question wasn't even out yet. There's already answers. They knew what you were going to ask.
We need to get a little more.
Oh, don't worry.
Creative.
So end of July, one of our live show, we're gonna have a nice big show for you. We're gonna have fireworks of door prizes. You better watch that show and invite everybody you can. And we're also gonna look at it. The more people you invite, the maybe more chances you have to win yourself. So just join us in end of this June. One of our live show, we're gonna have a little like a family reunion before
that.
4th of July. So beware and be prepared. Not always scraps have to be square, half square triangle, or strips. Sometimes scraps can have a little bit angle, and this beautiful block is so common and popular in quilting, and I love how it looks with the darks and the lights and the fabric just moving back and forth. This one is so delightful. We do have this pattern in one of our books as well as on our website. It calls Crystal Ball. That's the name of our pattern, and I just love this quilt and love the quilting. Julie Lilla that quilts some of my quilts did the quilting on this one.
We do have an answer for you.
Already?
Yes,
Guys,
yes,
you're so good.
absolutely.
So good.
So the question was, how many of those scrappy rolls did Edyta show on her table today? And our winner today comes from Facebook, and it is Richard Sheldon, and the answer is 8.
That's correct. I had 8 rows. I was a little sneaky girl because we have more than that on our website, but I thought I'm gonna surprise you and see if you're counting. Now another fun shape, and congratulations, Richard. You are gonna win this roll. Please, everybody that it's winning, remember to email us your addresses so that way we can ship to you those beautiful things. Now we have a last door prize. This is this beautiful patches of scrapbook. And my last question for you is, this one is super difficult. Okay, should I ask them?
I think you should.
How many points was have the little star that I showed you? How many points? It's a tricky one. Pay attention. How many points have the block that I showed it to you had in? How many points have the star that I showed it to you? Gosh, I'm have so much fun with it. But when it comes to asking questions, I just want to tell you guys.
It's hard not to give away
I'm
the
not
answer
a good
in the question,
yeah,
you know?
game host.
Yes.
But
I
in the
love it.
meantime, as you're counting the points in the star that we just made it, our Pamela Star, how many points did Pamela Star had? Okay. As we counting the points, notice that this beautiful quilt, this is diamonds, so sometimes squares, sometimes half square triangles, sometimes strips. But if you take a strip, cut it on an angle, you get a beautiful, beautiful diamond. One of the most common blocks in quilting is stars and diamonds, and this one has such a fun variety. It calls 8-point star, and it's our shining star from our book, Handful of Scraps, as well as we have a pattern. I could not help myself but had to bring this one to you, especially that I watched that show on Netflix about all the quilters, the men that were making quilts for foster children. This one was also made by a man, but this one was made in a hospital, and this man was putting the pieces together. Notice the waves of colors as people were bringing him fabrics as he was going through tough times, and this quilt became a therapy for him. Look at this beauty. I'm gonna open it all the way.
That quilt is stunning.
It really is. It is so lovely, and I am so glad to share it with you guys. So with this quilt, I want to thank so many of you are reaching out to me to show me some of your antique quilts. Thank you, thank you, thank you for doing that. If you have an antique quilt that you don't want anymore and you would like to find a home, we are creating a beautiful area for antique quilts that everybody can come. Look at them, research, do things. So we collecting them for our quilt vault. I'm a little bit picky of what we putting in, but sometimes you don't know. The most broken one find a home in our studio because we can preserve them, we can share them, we can enjoy them. This one is one that I purchased. It's one of my older antique quilts, and it is just stunning. I wanted to show you. Look at it, is damaged right here, but that did not bother me at all when I was getting the quilt, because when I saw the story and the piecing and everything that came to it, those are 6-point stars and they're half an inch. Look at it. I'm gonna put my finger on one of those so my finger can cover those little diamonds. You can use the smallest pieces of fabrics for the most beautiful, incredible quilt. I can't wait to keep making quilts like this. One day I will be all over that, because my heart is truly into scrappy quilts and quilting. I enjoy it so, so much. Look at this Heart's Content quilt. We talked about it, and you now get to see it. I shaded the scraps from reds down to greens and blues in a little rainbow arrangement. Do you know that 30 years ago, one of my first quilts that I made, and I sold that quilt, was arranged that way, and now this kind of shading is so popular. I can't believe it. It's like bell bottoms come back. Now I promise you something new. Did we have an answer?
We do. We have an answer for our last question. And that question was, how many points were on the star block that Edyta did a tutorial on today? And that was a special block. We named it after Pamela. And the answer was 8. There are 8 points, and our winner comes from Instagram, and that is for Joy Granger.
Joy, congratulations. You're going to get a beautiful book, 17 gorgeous patterns, and a boatload of scrappy inspiration right in the beginning. And as you're browsing through the pages, say a prayer for my friend Susan. She would very much appreciate, and I love that she was sharing her quilts with me to put it in this book. So many lovely, lovely projects for you guys. Now this is our last quilt, and if we have any questions, I love to take them. Do you know, I just got this quilt. The blocks are 6-inch, super cute, so beautiful, and every block has a signature. Somebody hand inked this. This is not stamped. They're all different. This is Mary, Sadie, Georgie, Molly, oh, Arna, so many, oh, I can't even pronounce some of them. We're gonna have to look at all
Wow,
of them
that's
and
really
then
neat.
write them down. So many. Emma is so cute. So many beautiful blocks. This calls a friendship block. This is a friendship block. It's a vintage block. I really, really like it. And notice, so the girls must have been making the blocks. Some of them lost their points, but that's okay because when you do blocks as a group, they maybe don't come up perfectly, or maybe one person was making all the blocks. She had a lot of nice friends, and I love the fabric in this quilt. I'm gonna open it a little bit more for you guys to see it, but once again, we will have a place for you to come to visit us in Southern California, grab a nice cup of coffee and a cookie with me, and browse and look at through the quilts and get inspired for the afternoon. I'm so looking forward to it. Look at this. What a friendship group. When I find out more about this quilt, I definitely will share with you guys. I just got this quilt. It's old antique quilt, but it's brand new to me. Look at some of the fabrics repeat. Not all the fabrics are different, so it's kind of fun to see all of the beautiful colors. And I'm wondering if one person made this or a group of girls have made. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a little research where this group of women came from and why did they make this beautiful quilt. How lucky that it came to our studio. Love this piece of fabric. Look at how beautiful. So many gorgeous browns and one red. Oh, on all the corners. Look at this, guys. There is a secondary pattern. Oh, I just noticed this.
And a couple
Blues on the
yeah.
sides. Is there blue? Not
No.
on this side. Top and bottom has a blue, and all the corners have reds. Really fun.
That's really
Okay,
neat.
do you guys have any questions for me?
We do have a couple of questions
that.
before we go today. The first one was from
That's beautiful.
Joyce, and she was wondering, would you think that the tea-dye bundle would work perfect for the jacket?
Beautiful. Any Fat 8 bundle would work. We're gonna list exactly how many pieces you need. The jacket is based on really fun Scrappy, but I'm gonna teach you some stuff that I noticed. I've made multiple of the jacket, and especially this cutie patootie here when you go a little smaller, what to watch for, how to, address things. And the jacket has nice finished seams inside. The kit includes all your fabric for outside. Your lining, you have to choose your own. And then sweatshirt, we will have some sweatshirt on our website, but I highly recommend go to your local secondhand store, Salvation Army, find a nice big sweatshirt that was washed many times, and don't get a sweatshirt that it's too thick. You want a nice and thin one because you don't want it too much bulk, then it's hard to move in your sweatshirt. So you're gonna be in charge of that. Get a sweatshirt that fits you really nice, at least size 2 sizes bigger, and then we're gonna cut up the sweatshirt, cover up with beautiful pieces, and make adorable project for yourself or for someone else, so I show you all different sizes how to do it.
Love that. Thank you. And another one we had come in was you were talking at the beginning of the show. What was the pattern that you mentioned that uses 12 darks and 12 light fat quarters?
So we have a nice variety of patterns on our website, and we're gonna be posting some. And I just saw it on your desk this morning. There was a star from our fabric club that use 12 darks, and then you need a light. So that is gonna be in that section for fat quarter patterns. We're gonna be posting those.
Yes.
And I'm gonna do a blog for you guys, just like for all of the Fabric Club members. If you're not member of Fabric Club, you're really missing out, because this is the best way, the cheapest price to get our fabrics. It is incredible. The fabric club is, what is the price right now on it?
I believe it's $39.95.
$39.95 for 12 fat quarters. That's really reasonable. And what we do is I color coordinate 12 pieces that go beautifully together. Please, if you would like to sign up for our fabric club, and you can get some nice fabrics every month and start using them. Maybe you want to do stars upon stars just by yourself, not through block of the month. You can go ahead and use up your wonderful fat quarter bundle fabric club. But what I like to do is we have so many fun patterns. Don't worry, I got you. We're going to be adding them one by one to our website, but if you're fabric club members, we send some to you for free too, so you can use them with any fabrics that we send you.
Yes. And then this is actually just a little note for you from Roberta Aerosmith, and she just wanted you to know. She says, I really love the live streams that combines what's new, kits, fabric notions, and then how Edyta does a sewing demo and then the trunk show. It inspires me and feeds my soul.
I love that. I'm so excited. We combined our show from Wednesday and Friday, and we made one show on Thursday for you guys. But we also have really nice YouTube videos, our tutorials that we put up on Tuesday. And I do so many fun classes in person as well. And I'm hoping to see many of you at our retreat in the fall. And then hopefully end of the summer next year, start seeing you in our studios. We're almost there. Michael's
next week in Pigeon Forge.
Yes, and next week Pigeon Forge. And Erin will be doing a guest appearance on Thursday at Pigeon Forge to help me pack up the show.
Yes, I will be there just to see all you ladies and, and help out Mike.
So do we have any other questions?
We do. We have two questions.
Okay.
Susan, excuse me. Arlene was wondering, she's like, I'm getting so overwhelmed with scraps. How does Edyta store her scraps?
So I store them in a bins, but I sort through them when I so for example, I open a beautiful fat quarter, I cut what I need, and I have a scraps. I don't roll them together and stuff them in my drawer. I right away look at the tiny bit of scraps and put my ruler over. If I can cut it 2-inch strips, I cut it. If I can cut it 1.5, I cut it. Whatever I can cut out of it. If it's just a random scraps, I put it to my paper piecing bin. But otherwise, I storage my scraps in strips or half square triangles. So you can pre-cut pieces that are good for triangle paper, or right away cut it. I usually cut 3-inch, 2 7/8 at least, because from 2 7/8 I can make 2.5-inch finished half square triangle, and that gives me one of the most common half square triangle I use in my patterns in my quilts. And from then, once you have 2 half square triangle, you sew together, and now you have a unit. And more likely, you can use this unit in something like this or other projects. So, storing your fabric in pieces in a bin, but already pre-cut pieces. And once you cut it, then maybe you have an evening that you're like, I don't want to start up new project. Just keep sewing on those pre-cut scraps. And from half square triangle, I make half square triangle units. From my strips, I make panels, okay? Make panel, and then I can cut something from my panel, square, diamonds, half square triangle, quarter square triangle, and those panels make the most beautiful designs. And just wait, you see our mystery quilt this year, because we have the regular version of it, but I'm gonna show you a scrappy version of the quilt as well as we're moving through our mystery, and you're gonna be blown away how beautiful it looks. So I'm super excited for that.
And on that point about mystery, those pre-cut kits that we are pre-selling, you guys, They are flying off the shelf. So if
Yeah.
you are interested in a pre-cut kit, I highly recommend get it now, because we're getting towards that point where we're almost, reaching our limit for what we've set aside. So I would grab those, and I'll grab I know a couple of you just recently were asking about where all of the info is. I'll give you the link for the blog in there, so you can click and see what all of your options are and all the
Thank
beautiful
you, Erin.
selections.
Yeah,
So.
thank you so much. And it took us it's undertaking to have the kit pre-cut. So for our mystery, I forgot to remind you, you can use a half yarn bundle plus light, or you can use a pre-cut kit. Is your mystery gonna be spoiled if you get a pre-cut kit? Absolutely not, because you will not have the pattern. You're not gonna know how to put the pieces together. 2, we show you the mystery. Week 1, you open package 1. Week 2, you open package 2. Week 3, you open package 3, but you're not gonna have to cut. Everything will be pre-cut. You can save the pattern for yourself in case, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna wanna make a second quilt once you see, what we're doing, or you maybe wanna do something different that we show you. So never mind. Maybe you want a quilt on each side, one like this and
Ooh.
one like this. Yeah.
Well, if they do like that scrappy backing, like you've talked
Yeah.
about, like
Oh,
right
and this
there,
year from
too.
leftovers, and we're trying to tap into your stash. I'm gonna show you another option for scrappy backing. I did this once before,
Yeah.
and it was very well received. So I thought this quilt deserves its own scrappy backing.
Love
Do we have any other questions?
That's it for today.
That's it. Oh, it was so nice to visit with everyone. Thank you so much for watching our show. Please go to our website. We have a lot of beautiful special. Sign up for our blogs. Join us for all the fun. But most, please share our video with others, so that way we can spread a love of quilting to everyone out there, because it truly is one of the most fun things to do, putting 2 pieces together of just some scraps and ending up with a beautiful quilt that you can keep it for yourself, or maybe share with somebody that needs even more. Happy quilting, and I look forward to see you in Tennessee.